Hey there, I'm Daniel Dale. I'm a CNN fact-check reporter. It is no secret that TV ads and online videos from both parties sometimes deceive or mislead. But Donald Trump's material is in a special dishonesty class. It is consistently, egregiously dishonest, way beyond the norm. A new video is a prime example. It does two almost comically deceptive things. Number one, it starts by taking a quote from Vice Presidential candidate Kamala Harris way out of context to create the entirely false impression that she has endorsed rioting.
They're not going to stop, and they should not.
These people are tearing up our livelihood.
When Harris said they should not stop, she was not at all talking about rioting, which she has explicitly condemned. She was responding in June to a question from late-night host Stephen Colbert, who asked her about the importance of racial justice protests in general. Many of those protests, of course, had been peaceful. Colbert didn't even mention riots.
Almost every one of those marches has been about one fundamental ideal in our country, which is equal justice under law.
I know that there are protests still happening in
Yes.
major cities across the United States. I'm just not seeing the reporting on it that I
Right,
had
that's right.
for the first few weeks.
That's right. But they're not going
now-
to stop. They're not going to stop. And they're not, this is a movement, I'm telling you.
The Trump campaign video proceeds by trying dishonestly to link Joe Biden to rioting. The general deception is obvious. Biden is not currently president, and he has repeatedly, explicitly condemned rioting in strong terms.
Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. Setting fires is not protesting.
The video ends with two screens. First is an image of Biden kneeling with a group of black people standing behind him wearing masks, and second, a screen that says, "Stop Joe Biden and his rioters." So it tries hard to create the impression that this was Biden kneeling in front of rioters. Actually, this was Biden kneeling in front of churchgoers. This photo was taken in June at an African Methodist Episcopal church in Delaware, where Biden went to pray and to meet with community members after the death of George Floyd. Now, you can debate some of the assertions in Biden's own campaign ads and videos. I'm not saying the Biden camp is unimpeachable, but so far there has simply been nothing from the Biden camp even close to as misleading as this garbage from the Trump camp. And this is the Trump team pattern we've seen in other ads and videos. They have edited at least two photos of Biden to wrongly make it seem like he never leaves his basement. They've edited other photos to make Biden seem older than he is. In addition to all that, they keep snipping Biden quotes in highly deceptive ways. There was a good little example of this in late August. The Trump campaign is trying to make Biden seem senile, and here they tried to make it sound like Biden had confused himself with Trump.
You won't be safe in Joe Biden's America.
In reality, they cut that quote from Biden coherently arguing it's ridiculous for Trump to say you won't be safe in Joe Biden's America.
Since they have no agenda or vision for a second term, Trump and Pence are running on this, and I find it fascinating. Quote, you won't be safe in Joe Biden's America. And what's their proof? The violence we're seeing in Donald Trump's America.
When people called out the Trump campaign for this, they turned to one of Trump allies' favorite defenses. Just joking. They said, we need to lighten up, understand this is just comedy. Honestly though, all of this deception is just not that funny.